Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here once again with some more lovely StarCraft 2 commentary. Today's match is going to be between Liquid TaeJa and TSL Shine. This is going to be a Terran versus Zerg matchup, TaeJa versus Shine here on the map Ohana. And let us begin in the upper left-hand spawn position with our blue Terran player, Liquid TaeJa. TaeJa took first place at the IGN Pro League Season 5 International Qualifier. This was at the end of June here in 2012, actually on June 30th. Then not even a week later, on July 5th, he took first place at the Team Liquid Star League 4 Korean Qualifier number 4. So TaeJa having some pretty good success in tournaments recently. Now his opponent down over here in the lower right-hand spawn position doesn't have a lot to speak of in terms of StarCraft 2. However, in StarCraft 1, he did make it to the quarterfinals of the 2009 Ever OSL and was able to defeat players such as Fantasy and Effort. All this information, of course, coming from the lovely, beautiful TeamLiquid.net. Really excited for this matchup here. Should be a whole bunch of fun to watch. I am a big fan of TaeJa, so this should be exciting indeed. And speaking of exciting, look at how we're starting things out here. TaeJa with a proxy barracks SCV, now building this in the center of the map just to the left here of this tower. And here comes a second SCV as well, and is he really going to do it? Yes he does. Second Rax goes down. TaeJa with double proxy racks here near the center of the map will be pushing very early on for some aggression against TSL Shine, who is going hatch first, which is pretty standard here in this matchup. This is going to be a problem for Shine, though. Luckily, though, for him, he is scouting out right now, and this is going to tell him pretty much exactly what's going on, or at least it's going to tell him to expect something funky, as he's moving up with his drone scout and sees nothing. No refineries, no barracks, absolutely nothing going on in the main base of TaeJa. He spots that orbital coming through, which tells him, hey, a barracks is now finished, so now he should pretty much expect what's coming up. Now, we do have the spawning pool right here that was just placed down for Shine. Again, remember, he did go hatch first. That is, of course, going to delay those Zerglings early on. Now, that SCV scout for TaeJa moving up into the main, where we want him to scout is the timing of that spawning pool. It's going to let him know when to expect Zerglings, essentially, because up until that point, all Shine really has is drones to deal with the pressure that's coming. Second SCV coming down. First Marine now finished. Going to be rallying these Marines as they're pumping out of those double racks towards this natural expansion, as you can see right there. And there it is, the placement of the bunker. Shine responds by coming down with a ton of drones, which is exactly what he needs to do. He needs to stop the construction of this bunker. That's going to be a major problem for his expansion if that does complete. Trying to rebuild it right now. Drones moving down, getting us around on the Marines. He's going to be able to get some kills here. There's one Marine down, two Marines down. We'll be chasing down this Marine as well. TaeJa coming down with a few more Marines. Takes out that drone there. Still trying to complete this bunker. Going to get surrounded now by the drones. Zerglings are finally out. We also have a spine crawler coming on through. A Marine Zone microing forward as TaeJa continues to try to do some damage here. Been able to do a little bit of damage to the worker counts. Also going to be killing off a few of these Zerglings most likely. Whoa, gets away from the surround. Unbelievable micro there by TaeJa. If he makes it into the bunker, that's going to be a problem for Shine. And with some more micro, he continues to do damage. The bunker is complete. Trying to get those Marines inside. However, these drones are acting as a buffer. And yeah, gonna have to salvage that bunker as he doesn't have an SCV to repair it anymore. Gets the resources back. And that's pretty much gonna do it here for TaeJa's aggression. You really can't do too much more. For now, it looks like he just wants to contain these Zerglings, stop them from pushing out to try to harass this building expansion that TaeJa has now just placed down. Love to see that early game aggression. Let's take a look at the effects of that. TaeJa killing off 8 workers. Shine was able to kill off 5 SCVs that were pulled forward for that engagement as well. Taking a look at the resources lost, can see Shine is a little bit behind there. And again, he has lost more workers. But he also has this expansion up and running, whereas TaeJa is going to be a bit behind on that. So I don't know, overall I would say that's fairly even trade-off. Now that this spine crawler is rooted up, TaeJa could have done a little bit more damage to it, but looks like he decided now just to pull back as these Zergling numbers are getting a bit too high. But yeah, after that engagement, I would say they're about even. You guys may think differently, and feel free to let me know what you believe in the comments below. Another building command center over here for TaeJa, and with this, it's not like he's going to be taking a quick third. He will be using this third command center, turning it into an orbital command to saturate that natural expansion a little bit faster. Also take advantage of the extra mules that he will be able to get from that. TaeJa now concerned about some counter aggression, getting that full frontal wall off here at his natural expansion. with all of these barracks still a ways away from getting upgrades or anything like that. We got another barracks coming on through. He has just started getting those Vespene gas going, though, so we'd like to see him start to get an attachment here, work his way up to stim pack. And we're going to expect a factory as well, and actually just go straight into the factory. We'll be delaying the upgrades there for his bio to try to get that factory up a little bit sooner. Back over here for Shine, what is his response going to be? Are we going to be seeing another expansion? Is he going to try to push out off of 2 bases? I will be interested to see what he decides to do. Just now coming out with an extractor. Gets that saturated right away so that he can tech up from this point forward. And another extractor also coming down over here at the natural expansion. Also starting to work on that creep spread there. Marines moving across the map. Now without that metabolic boost, these Marines with a bit of micro actually are pretty good against those Zerglings. He's not really going to be able to push up against that spine crawler, but still. TaeJa with this push, scouting the third, wants to see if Shine has decided to take that. As we can see here, he is not. So not much TaeJa going to be able to do in this position. Tries to pull forward to take out that creep tumor. Very close. Wow, almost got that there. And as you saw, there was a drone moving down for Shine, so it looks like he does plan to take that next base, but going to have to wait for a moment until these Marines are handled here. 10 more Zerglings coming out. Another Queen about to finish. Metabolic boost has also just started. Moving down, trying to move down, but again, the Marine force is still there, preventing Shine from getting his third base here. Sacrificial Overlord moves on up, scouts the reactor factory building, so there will be some Hellions coming out here. Stim pack, more Marines and Hellions in production. TaeJa planning a secondary push with this. We're going to expect him likely to move out once stim pack finishes, but yeah, Hellions and Marines. Marauders in the mix wouldn't be a terrible idea, just in case Shine does mix it up into roaches, but it looks like that's actually not happening, as we are seeing a Baneling nest come through. Another evolution chamber also in the works. Lifting up that frontal wall off barracks there, allowing him to push out with those Hellions, and with these Hellions he will have map control, at least momentarily. The metabolic boost is just about to finish here, and with that, Shine can get us around on those Hellions. Zerglin grabbing that tower, so going to let him see more Hellions as they move across the map. And actually, yeah, we just have more Hellions coming through. There we go. Some more Hellions going to be coming through here. Nice creep shred by Shine. Absolutely love that. Third base just about finished building. Hellions moving out. Take a couple shots on these tumors. Queens gonna force them away there. With that range, bit threatening to those Hellions, so a little bit more difficult for them to actually deal with that. Switching up to some Marauders as well. And then actually finally making the transition to Tech Lab there on the factory. But yeah, we got the Marine Marauder Hellion right now. It's TaeJa's composition. And the Queens now moving towards the center of the map will be forcing these Hellions away. Once again, with their range there, Hellions really have a tough time, especially against this many. Also keeping a Speedling force back for now. Infestation Pig coming out, the layer has finished. Centrifugal hooks for the Banelings, that is that speed upgrade. Also the 1-1 upgrades, Mela and Carpus coming through there for Shine. Hellions still continue to work down these creep tumors. That's a pain in the butt. One of them gets taken out though by that Queen. Also a macro hatch coming here for Shine. Both players playing pretty passively right now. Once again, I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw a push sometime soon from TaeJa. And speaking of that, we are seeing that mobilization right now as those first 2 medevacs are in play. Stim pack is finished. Combat shield coming through. 1-1 upgrades also coming through. TaeJa continues to try to work down these creep tumors in the center of the map. Lifting up in the medevacs. And moving now towards that main base. Now is he going to bother pushing with the smaller portion of his force? That's what I'm wondering here. He's actually just sitting idly now in the center of the map with that. A bunch of Speedlings and Banelings sitting between that natural and the third base. And here comes the drop right now. Pushing from multiple directions, Hellions and Bio moving over here, as well as this drop now in the main. Speedlings pulling towards that. Not going to be enough there at the moment, however. Banelings now, trying to roll into those Marines. Looks like he's doing all right. Continuing to do some damage over here. Finally gets overwhelmed by the Speedlings and Banelings. So now TaeJa just sitting with this force here. It looks like Shine prevented most of that damage. Let's take a look here. Yeah, didn't get a lot more worker kills or anything like that. Take a look at the resources lost. They're pretty much even right now at about 2,200 apiece. So a good defense there by Shine, as he's now starting to work his way up into those infestors. Got a couple of those in play. Two exactly. And more upgrades coming through. 2 upgrades now for Shine. TaeJa also working up into those weapons level 2. Now finally with some tanks here, we'll be able to help him deal with the Speedling Baneling force of Shine. Shine trying to come out with another base. This would be base number 4 and base number 5 also getting placed down. Heavy expanding here. The only concern with that is that spreading himself thin is going to make it difficult to deal with these drops. We got a couple of Speedlings pulling towards the 3rd base of TaeJa. He's going to get dealt with as he pulls back with this force. Where are those? There we go. There are the medevacs. Coming out with some Overlord upgrades right now as well. As again, the speed upgrade for them. Tons of Speedlings coming out. Also Hive Tech coming through here for Shine. So Shine teching up very hard. Both these players, the macro is incredible. Taking a look at that production tab. All game. Oh, fungal growth plus Banelings rolling into those Marines. That really hurt. But TaeJa does have the opportunity to drop right now. Doesn't want to contend with that. Probably just going to try to force a cancel over here. Able to do so. Forces the cancel. And then lifts off, tries to finish off the drone, unable to do so as this quick Speedling response there from Shine takes care of that threat. Burrow research coming out right now for Shine as well. Allow him to harass with those infestors a little bit better, try to get away with them as well. The Marine tank is the hefty amount of the composition that we're seeing here from TaeJa is throwing a few Marauders into the mix. But mostly Marine tank is what we're seeing him. Also coming out with some vehicle upgrades. Comes a push from TaeJa, moves to the center of the map, starting to set up that siege line, work down that creep, re-dropping now, forcing the cancel again. Got a lot of Speedlings in play though. TaeJa continues to push forward, taking out the tumors. Gotta worry about these Lings. He's quite a ways away from that tank line, although he does have the medevacs to lift up as well, so. And TaeJa continuing to be aggressive here. Medevacs. One gets fungal, taken out there by the Queens, and this one's going to get taken out as well as TaeJa's not paying attention to it. Ouch. But that is because he is pushing up in this direction, so hefty siege line, couple Marines protecting the backside there as he is gunning for this expansion. It looks like he's actually just going to get it, as Shine appears to be forfeiting that spot. He's got a hefty tank line to contend with there. Will it be a counterattack? Could very well be the case. This expansion is a goner. Speedlings and Banelings move to the center of the map. Rough times right now for Shine as TaeJa has sniped off expansion after expansion, forcing 2 cancels over here, taking out this expansion right in this spot. You see Shine try to come down with that again. And also, TaeJa doing an unbelievable job of keeping those creep tumors down. Here it comes though, Speedling, Baneling surround, again those tanks unsieged. Also the burrowed infestors get scanned and finally dealt with, but man, they got up nice and close, able to place a few fungals down there. And Shine overwhelms TaeJa in the center of the map, however at the same time peeling off with some of his forces, again forcing another cancel of this expansion. Even though he lost pretty much everything he had in the center of the map there during that engagement, was at the same time able to force a cancel again, which is really going to hurt the economy here of Shine. You're going to say, well, Force, TaeJa's been on the same number of bases. Yes, but do keep in mind that as a Zerg player, you want that base advantage. Pretty crucial, in fact. Burrowed Zergling delaying a 4th expansion over here. Also, a creep spread will be delaying an expansion in this position for TaeJa. Expect TaeJa to be expanding soon. There are 2 command centers just about finished. Still haven't seen a lot of aggression from Shine. He's just been busy defending himself. They're still about even in terms of resources lost, and I don't know, TaeJa's got a few more worker kills, but nothing significant. And again, we do have the Ultras now in play. That's pretty big here, That's going to force a Marauder transition for TaeJa, at least a heavier Marauder transition. Creep spread again delaying this expansion. You can see TaeJa coming down to deal with that right now. Even by forcing back and even killing those Overlords isn't really enough because, well, it is enough, but he still has to wait is what I'm saying. Oh, look at that! Overlord's still here. He's going to keep spreading creep. That's kind of hilarious, to be honest with you. No drops taking place at the moment for TaeJa. Nothing in the works either. Here comes a big push from Shine, making his way to the center of the map. So many ultras, but look at that deep tank line plus all of that bio. Also, those infestors get targeted down by the siege tanks, which was a beautiful play, of course, by TaeJa. Sensor tower being placed near this expansion so that he can see when and if pushes are coming. And I would like to see some more dropping here from TaeJa, but nothing's doing at the moment. Continuous production here of Speedlings and Ultralists. Also a few Infestors in the mix for Shine. Looks like he's quite content with that composition. However, he's about to transition into Brewlords as we got the Greater Spire coming through. Small Speedling attack over in this position. Cutting off some reinforcements, but he does have a big threat right now as TaeJa is working his way once again towards this expansion. Setting up that siege line and pushing forward with his bio. Shine works down the rocks and just forfeits the Expo. That really hurts. That really hurts. TaeJa just taking out expansion after expansion. Now we do have a few Speedlings doing some damage over here. And TaeJa is actually not really dealing with that. Oh, a lot more Speedlings now coming up. TaeJa is at the same time pulling back with his army. So we got Speedlings over here. Speedlings now doing work on the SCV count. And continuing to get a few more kills with that. It looks like that will finally be dealt with. All told, got a total of 18 kills so far this game. TaeJa still sitting with that siege line. We are seeing that transition right now into Broodlords. Now the question is, oh, did that scan spot it? I think it did. Yeah! He spotted those Broodlords building. So we're going to see that immediate transition for TaeJa into Vikings. That is, of course, going to be the correct response for that. That's his best bet. Marines can do the trick, but having to deal with fungal makes it a little more difficult to get your Marines underneath those Broodlords, which pretty much necessitates the switch into Vikings. I'm just confused that he's only building one at a time. I mean, look at all the resources he's sitting on right now. It's pretty unbelievable. But he is supply capped. It's not like he's doing terribly. Oh, Infestors back here. Dropping a few infested Terrans, able to get a few more kills. Also, we got bio push over here, but that'll get quickly dealt with. Placing out a couple spines as well, just to make sure he doesn't have to deal with that again. And then the bio again moving towards this position, gonna take that out. Force a cancel once again. God, TaeJa being relentless against these expansions. Zuri being over here doing some damage. I don't think he got many more worker kills. Yeah, Shine didn't get many kills with the Infestors that he had over there. Look at that hefty Viking transition, 6 in production. Got the push now coming here. Gets scanned by TaeJa, so TaeJa knows what he's up against, where it is, everything like that. Small Bioforce also moving towards this at the same time. So he's going to try to do some damage over in this position while this push is taking place. Shine moving forward now. Needs to protect those Brewlords. It's going to be very, very important here. Fungal growth going down on the bulk of the army. So many Vikings. So many Vikings. Ultra's trying to work through the rest of that bio. And that is it for the Brewlords. TaeJa deals with it. Push over here. Wasn't able to take out the expansion. Just one Marauder left. Still, though, able to do some damage. And Shine, again, unfortunately, lost all of his Brewlords there. Still does have a decent amount of forces here. And the Burrowed Zergling delaying that expansion, as I mentioned earlier. Beelings now moving out for another counterattack. Oh, forced back. as the bio here from TaeJa is too much of a threat. Both players should be fully upgraded here by now. Yes, we got 3-3 here for both of those. Seeing more of the same now from Shine. Spieling and Fester, Ultra, and Banelings. TaeJa making another push towards this expansion. Going to be stemming up. Spielings, bypass it. This is going to get dropped very quickly. Not going to be able to respond in time. Goodbye, expansion. Whoa! Saves it with 12 HP. How close was that? The problem is this is going to be a quick snipe for TaeJa. I mean, it's just going to take him one medevac, not even completely full. It's going to take that out very quickly. So hopefully we see a transfuse or something. I don't even know if he has the time to do that. TaeJa once again moving forward. He's got a push coming over here too. That'll get dealt with, but that hatch gets worked down a little bit. This is gone. Fungal growth on the Vikings doing some damage, but not enough to make up for the fact that he just lost another base. And TaeJa appears to be winning the economic war right now as he keeps taking out base after base, and Shine just calls the GG. Very anticlimactic, but still a fun game nevertheless. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this game here between TaeJa and Shine. Pretty intense back and forth between these two players. You know, I knew they were really strong and I was looking forward to seeing this matchup, but this was just so crazy. So much action going on non-stop. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this commentary. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.